All right, let's talk about Flash, episode 22, Invincible, dude. We got one. This is the last episode before the finale. That's supposed to be fucking shocking and crazy. We're supposed to have a finale that we're gonna see the guy in the Iron Mask. This episode didn't quite lead me to. It can actually. I'll talk about it at the end of this, but why it leads me to believe that I know who the guy is in the Iron Mask, and I'll talk about it at the end of this.
Wait,
because I
why?
don't wanna jump into it. Well, cause, dude, people aren't going to keep listening if I tell them right now.
So you're good at this radio thing.
I'm working it.
All right, I see what you're doing here.
Yeah, I'm like the Flash, dude. You don't know where I'm at. But anyways, dude, let's talk about the main villain, I guess, of this episode. But it opens up with like a huge giant brawl, dude, where the city's getting destroyed. And you got superheroes all over the place, just trashing everything, laying it out there, giving some of the worst special effects and some of the best costumes I've seen in a TV show in a while.
Oh my! I have like such a bone to pick with this.
How excited were you when Cisco and Caitlin decided to role play? At first, I thought it was like, is this that shitty fucking hologram thing? And they really think that bullshit's gonna fool her, but I don't know.
It should have fooled them, dude, but let's dial it back before we get into that. We're back to the opening scene here. You're dragging me all over.
You're all Chad is flustered within 30 seconds. How does Tristan do it? How does Tristan control Sweener? That's the question that you'll need to ask him.
No, dude, we got this, dude. We got this. Now, what do you guys think of that opening scene, Jason? You said you had a bone to pick?
I didn't. Dude, I had a bone to pick with how quickly it was over. Like, it ended last episode with all these villains, and then all of a sudden the Flash takes down everybody by himself, essentially. Hundreds and hundreds of these villains, like, in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah,
like,
my thing was, how did he know where everybody was hanging out, or did they just get, like, a couple of people? And how do they know where to put everyone? If there's really that many people, how do they have that many cells?
There's so many flaws with what happened in that scenario.
And how were none of them as good as the Siren that came out, who wasn't even that good of a villain? And here's another one. We have so many fucking questions here. Dude, where's the Green Arrow? Because he came to save them when they had like one shitty villain to fight. This time they got a whole fucking city of 100 dudes, and you don't see any superheroes coming to save the day besides him.
Right.
So confusing on like what they're doing.
Adam or anybody, coming to help these kids out, but. Yeah, that was the thing that kind of drove me crazy. It's like, and then so you're in this huge skyscraper, and the only people that are in that huge skyscraper are those people on that one floor. I mean, come on, man.
Well, they had a grand idea to.
It was at night.
To make this whole city under siege by these guys, but then they just didn't they waited, and I think they made a mistake in the season by waiting so long to do this. That they could have used this to elevate some of the other episodes prior and had just a bigger impact with this whole villain taking over the city thing instead of trying to jam it in the tail end.
Yeah, in the last 3 episodes.
And the other thing that was irritating was, dude, God, who's Wally's fake dad?
Wait, I know what you're talking about,
Joe. So Joe's fighting and shooting at him, right? And homeboy gets shot. And he's like, let's get in the car. They can't go anywhere. He's like, this guy is shot. Everybody else is dropping dead. Why do you guys get to hop in the car and try to roll out?
That is a good point. Like, just leave everybody there, right? Like, Joe's like...
Yeah, let's hop in the car, man. Everybody for themselves. Shabbat shalom, bitches.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, there's just like... Yeah, I just can't get over that they were able to stop all those villains. And I get it that Barry's like on this high and he's like, I'm doing so good right now. But... just to track them all down and stop them in such a short period of time, I don't know.
It
didn't make the Flash look much stronger because we were just all confused about like why he was able to do it when we've seen him have to battle the fucking Pied Piper an entire episode. Like all these villains were like terrible villains. It's just so weird. It was just
before he found himself, Jason. It's before he
then it leads me to believe he should be able to like take down Zoom like with no problem now. Like it's a no-brainer. But
yeah, if you could take down all of Zoom's henchmen, it's definitely one of the weirdest openings to an episode that left a lot to the imagination, and it's almost like they expect us to fill in the gap with our own ideas or just come to the conclusion of this is why it's happened. Explain little things, and again, it goes back to me saying like they're just cramming too much shit in this last end of the episode, and then like how someone like this Siren is able to come up and be like a badass. Once again, we get another episode with another person who's screeching and yelling. And like that's the gimmick, dude. To stop.
Everybody has like the same powers in this world.
Didn't
It's
we see
like,
that with the
And she
Supergirl
just happened
episode?
to
Yes.
yell at him, and he couldn't happen to get out of the way, and then he was just like disabled, and she's always kicking at his ass. And my other thing is, it's like whenever they're in the lab, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get to the computer room." Barry never, and he's with people. Barry never flashes, dude. He's just like jaunting, like keep it along. Hey, you don't got fucking super speed, so
yeah, it's
I'm
like he
just
could get a
gonna
head
go.
start and get everything going. Yeah, that's a good point. That's funny.
Right. You know, I'm like, God, that shit's annoying, dude.
Yeah, that character coming back was not the best idea, I guess.
Iris again, just fucking hanging out, dude.
But I guess having that character come back did allow us to get what Sweeney was talking about earlier was the Killer Frost and Reverb
Right.
play, which was
Comedy act.
which
dude.
was, you know, I guess did you know at first that was them?
I thought it was the holograms.
Oh, that would have been a
I
good
thought it
one.
was Gem and the holograms, man, just kicking it.
I thought somehow they came like I just thought it was them.
Because
again.
of the portal, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
they must have come through from like
But
somehow they're
yep.
exactly the same. But they were.
So yeah, I just love that they just happen to have like their doppelgangers outfits, dude, just handy.
Whoa, whoa.
Nothing like
Cisco's
this
the master.
nuclear fucking reactor in like, I don't know, 18 minutes. Oh, here, look at us. We're going to cosplay this shit up, dude. You know, Caitlyn just happened to have the fucking blue lipstick and
the
all
perfect
that shit.
wig.
Dyed
Maybe
her hair.
maybe
or
Barry
whatever.
did that for them. Barry built the outfits in like 1 second.
Yeah.
No, Barry went to Earth 2, stripped them both naked, let them lay in a pile, and brought the outfits
Barry
back.
doesn't know how to get to Earth 2. He thinks that everything was closed except for...
That's what they're leading you to believe.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a
he
lot of
knows.
weird suspension of disbelief in this episode. That was odd.
Yeah, dude.
That we haven't had before.
A lot of the Speed Force too, dude. Actually, let's talk about one of the moving moments in here, dude. Barry's dad. Let's talk about that for a second, dude.
Oh, we're just going to write the whole kit.
Now you're blowing your load.
Wait,
Can I
what
say
else?
that?
What else? Wait, what else did I skip over, dude? I thought we touched the big one.
What
the
about
Big Bang
Cisco's visions? He had some visions I thought
Yeah.
were
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh, I
interesting.
forgot about
Earth
the vision.
splitting in half.
Yeah,
dude.
all the
Birds
dead
hitting
birds.
the-
Well, that was the last scene of the show, dude. Earth splitting in half.
Yeah, but you teased that if we're gonna do this properly, in the beginning of this segment, you teased a bit, talking about Barry's dad. At
Yeah.
the end, the very end. So I figured
Yeah.
I'd let you have that moment at the very end. We
Oh,
can talk about
alright,
Cisco
alright.
beforehand.
All right, let's talk about Cisco's visions, Sweener. Tell me what you think about these dead birds and Earth
Well,
splitting
it
in
was
half.
weird. Now we know why the birds are dead, dude. They're trying to get the hell out of Dodge, man, because Earth is splitting in two. Earth 2 is done for. But, I mean,
And why is that scaring him though? If Earth 2 is done, that's fine. We're on Earth 1.
Does he
right?
have visions of Earth 2 prior to this? That was where I was confused. I didn't know if he
I'm
had
not sure.
visions for Earth 2, and maybe that's why he was so scared. But he saw the end of the world, right? Like, he knows, like, they've been to Earth 2, so he knows people on Earth 2, like,
Oh,
his
he's got
other
that
Cisco is going to
friends.
die, like, you know, like, people are going to die.
I guess once you have that attachment to the other Earth, even though you can't get
And
there.
if Earth 2 dies, what does that mean for Earth 1?
I don't know what it means for Earth 1. That's what I was wondering. Like, how does it affect Earth 1 unless, like, by destroying another Earth, something happens through the time gap? But I just don't think that's how it works. I think that they're just scared that they might lose a ton of people that they care about and you want to save and want to rescue. Or it's like, yeah, dude, that's the only thing I can think of is that they just care about what's happening over there. Unfortunately, we don't have Tristan to tell us the truth today.
Yeah,
on
he's
what's
probably
actually
sitting at, like, wherever he's listening to is just cursing
shaking
us
his
right
fucking
now.
head. Just cursing at us, dude, trying to figure out what
How
the
do you
hell we're talking about.
though? How do you feel about Barry's confidence? I was like really over the fact that everyone was trying to give him a pep talk. Like
well,
I
was
got what they were
the fact that
doing.
He's like, dude, hey, team, we got this. Let's go. Yay. Like, he can't be beat. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Well, the most fucking annoying thing ever, dude, was Black Canary, a.k.a. Siren, getting hit by Wally West in his fucking bitchin' Camaro or whatever he was driving, dude. I'm just rooting for Wally West to be dead.
Yeah, Wally West's in this episode was.
He's so annoying, dude.
He's clearly on a path to becoming a superhero.
Yeah,
and they're just
he
laying
seems
the
like he knows it.
groundwork. Yeah, he knows it. They're working on it. My favorite, I guess I actually really liked the scene where Barry, the very last scene, or near the end, where Barry flashed out in front of him.
Son.
He flashed in front of him, and all of a sudden he was like, he put everything together, and he's like, oh, you had that look on his face that I thought was kind of cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
how
I guess
the
I
fuck
forgot.
did you not know, dude? He's standing there 1 second, all of a sudden he's gone, obviously.
Yeah, I guess I always thought that Wally kind of knew that Barry was the Flash, but now I guess it makes sense for him why everyone thinks that Barry's the fucking man, and everyone loves Barry, and his selfishness is justified because Barry's the fucking Flash and he saves the world, so you should be a little jealous of him. He's not a normal
you really
dude.
should. Yeah.
And then, dude, let's talk about the big death, dude. Well, it's supposed death. We don't know if it actually is, but Zoom has decided to take throw a fist right through, which also blew my mind that Flash didn't even try to make a move and go through and stop him. You can see it happening, dude. But Zoom puts a big old fist right through the chest of his dad, dude, and puts him down. He wants him to make it feel like he feels when his dad died, and he keeps saying that
his dad kill his mom.
Yeah, and he keeps saying that they're closer than he knows. What does that mean? Are they brothers?
Yeah, what is the deal with all that? That's, I guess, the big tease, that we're waiting to hear from. Like, what are these two guys to each other? Like, what's their relation?
Yeah, why is he, so obsessed with them?
I don't know, but my big thing here was, why did Barry not even try to save his dad?
I didn't get
I would
dude.
love to see. I would love to hear Tristan defend that, because that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even fucking try.
Any move is worth it, dude.
You're the Flash. I get that Zoom's fast and Zoom could do something also, but you're just gonna stand there
You know it's happening.
yeah,
right,
make a
he's
fucking
like,
play.
Kill me.
It was so weird because the entire episode is Barry invincible, right? I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I'm just gonna let my dad die.
Yeah, and the
What?
one person he obviously cares the most about and wants to protect, he didn't even even after the fist goes through, I'm still making a move. That's like a bullet coming at me. I'm going to try and save you, dude. I don't care if I get hit.
Even if you, it was so I get what they were trying to have a huge emotional impact, but it was just killed because of the dumb move that the Flash made there.
They built him up to be saving everything and doing everything and rescuing all these people, but the one person that he should have done and tried to do something. I mean, I get it. The Zoom is supposedly faster, but we watched it in the same moment. I mean, he still could have just attempted, even if it was to push him. He's already dead. Just go in there while he's busy killing your dad and take him out.
Yeah, what the hell?
Fucking get him, sucker punch him, dude. It's already over. And now we know that his dad's dead, dude. Zoom's gonna disappear. But I guess the big one is, dude, what's gonna happen on this next episode, dude? We don't know. We still got the Man in the Iron Mask, which is supposed to be the big finale teaser, dude. And I'm guaranteeing you right now, quote me on it. Tristan will quote me on it next week, dude. The dad is inside the fucking Iron Mask. I guarantee it, dude. The dad ain't dead. The dad ain't dead, dude. It's going to be the awesome cliffhanger because it's going to be reuniting Barry. It's going to be reuniting him with his dad, dude. Zoom's going to be dying. That's how it's going down, dude. There it is, dude. You have it here first.
How would his dad be in the Iron Mask?
It's his Earth 2 dad in the Iron Mask.
Oh, so he's just going to adopt him and bring him to Earth 1?
Yeah, he's gonna adopt his dad, dude. So what do you guys rank this episode, dude? One right before the finale, dude. Sweener, what do you got for me?
Dude, I thought it was a 3, but dude, the slaying of Barry's dad gave it a good cliffhanger, so I'm giving it a 4.
Dude, I'm gonna go with a 3. I'm skipping you, Jason. Sorry, man. I gotta jump in here. I'm gonna go with a 3 on it, dude. It didn't live up to this. Bringing Siren back just drove me nuts, dude. There was some good stuff with Cisco as always, dude. He has my heart, dude. I love that kid. He's awesome. But yeah, some of the villain stuff didn't make any sense in the beginning. The ending was awesome, dude, and it hyped me up for, next episode, the finale. So I'm excited for that, dude. But overall, it's a 3, dude. It didn't live up to what I expected, and I think it's, like I said, because they rushed all these villains in at the last second and tried to make it, obviously, it's called Invincible. But a 3 for me, man.
Oh my gosh. I am actually teetering between a 2 and a 3. And only because, only leaning towards a 2 because it was so disappointing. That intro, the way they handled those villains was disappointing. Barry not being able to even try to save his dad was really strange to me. I thought the villain having Black Siren have another voice power was really stupid.
Yeah.
But there was there's still cool stuff in the show. The show's still cool. I still like it a
is.
lot. Like, I love it. But those things were so boneheaded that I couldn't... Like, I loved Wells screwing with Joe. Like, all episode. Basically just, like, busting Joe down. I thought that was really great. I'm going to go with a 3. But it's just... Damn near a 2. It was almost a huge misstep, considering there's only one episode left in the season.
I am going to say that my prediction for the Man in the Iron Mask...
Ooh.
Wally.
Wally in the mask. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's gonna be my prediction. If you're going, you said it was gonna be who, Chad?
I said Dad, dude. You're saying Wally. I guess we gotta find out, Jason, who you think's in the Iron Mask.
Someone we haven't seen yet.
No, they already hinted that it is someone who's been on the show.
For real?
The creator already hinted that it's someone that we've seen on the show.
Has Iris's former boyfriend been killed off in Earth 2?
Oh, dude, you think?
Because Barry's starting to get close to her, and now she gets to rekindle that thing. Oh, we saw her. We saw him already. I guess. Remember, he made that creepy video.
Oh, you're right. We did see him. He could be in the mask, dude. Jason's saying creepy boyfriend in the mask.
Creepy boyfriend in the mask.
Tune in next week, guys, as we'll finally find out if any of us were right, and if one of us is right, dude, we got a surprise for him next week.
I'll take my Wally West t-shirt.